Hello, welcome to another haul video. This is going to be a compilation of stuff I pick up here and there. So we're starting just with a small haul. I actually thought, maybe I won't share this stuff. It's so, bleh. But the good, the bad, and the ugly. I share my hauls, and maybe new people need to know that you're not going to go out and always find amazing stuff, bolos, designers. There are some resellers that seem to go out and never come back without at least, a handful of really exciting things. I don't know if they don't show everything they get, and so they focus mainly on that. Whatever. That's not my story. And I think I've been pretty honest with my, sourcing about, sometimes it's great, sometimes it's good, and sometimes I make mistakes. So anyway, Friday I went to the Salvation Army because they had a 50% off sale again. Now I've gone to their last 2 sales in the last month and a half, and I bought a total of 6 items, and I don't think a single one of them sold. And this time around, I found nothing. So I don't know. Salvation and I, we just can't seem to connect. But if there's another sale, I'm sure I will go back. You never know. So then I went to Savers because they sent me another 50% off coupon. And I bought a few items. These are the items that I'm like, does anybody really want to see these? But here we go. I'm going to start off with the item that I'm most excited about, but it's not for resale. I have wanted this for a very long time. And it's not that expensive to buy retail, but that's just not how I do things. And I didn't really need it. And I just knew I would find this when I'm sourcing at some point, and it would be cheap, and then I will buy it. So, as seen on TV, the original, are you ready? Flip fold. Yes, I have wanted this for a very long time. I even found a way to make one out of cardboard, but it just doesn't work that well. It doesn't come out of the box that easily. But here it is, in my favorite color, blue. I am not a person that finds joy or zen in cleaning. Or anything like that. It's just something I don't want to do and don't enjoy doing. And I know some people find it, relaxing, stress reliever. I'm not that person. But I have found that folding t-shirts with this can be kind of zen. So I'm excited. And it was $5, which is what they tried to sell it for at a yard sale, apparently. But because it was 50% off, well, it was $4.99, so I paid $2.49 plus tax. Savers is a for-profit thrift store, so they do charge tax, unlike Goodwill and Salvation, which are allegedly not for-profit. But anyway, okay. And then I got 4 items to sell. I'm gonna pick up the wackiest that I would guess that not a single one of you would have picked up. And I don't know why. I have to pick this up. I believe it's handmade. It is this. Wait, it's a piece of wood? Well, it's like laser cut. This is Beyonce. And it's got this sort of steer. So it's sort of, Cowboy Carter era, which is right now. And I think it cost me $1.49 plus tax. I'm like, I'm just going to pick that up, see what happens. I would not have picked this up at the bins because it would have cost me more. This is not light. It's probably close to 2 pounds, maybe 1.5 pounds, whatever. Even at a pound, I probably wouldn't have bought it because I probably shouldn't have bought it. Then I picked up these Ariat, R-E-A-L jeans, which stands for Riders, I can't remember what it is. Something like Rider Evolved, blah, 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 blah. But they are, the tag says 2015, but they still sell this style because it's one of their classics that sells all the time. So that, I think, might be kind of good. It's a boot cut, of course. It's in good condition. It's got some of that, but of course it would. I think the size is okay. It's a 30 regular, medium rise, stitching, a little whiskering. I won't make a ton. Well, I'm not going to make a ton on any of these, I don't think. But I think I can make a few bucks. I wouldn't have paid full price for any of this. This is, just because I've never tried this, Good American. I've only ever found Good American once. It's an oversized like suit jacket blazer, and it hasn't sold. I've had any interest. But this is, I did look up comps, and it looked like if they sell, I should be able to sell them where I'm making a little bit of profit. These are a size 6, 28. They are a cuffed, I would say loose fit. I tried it on and they are very loose fit. And the thing is, the cuff is sewn or tacked just on the ends. So you could actually take a stitch ripper and fold it down if you wanted it to be closer to regular length. That's the only tag. It's missing any other tags, and I could not figure out which style this is. AI suggested one thing, mainly because of the way this dips, but they use that several times, and finally I'm like, I can't tell exactly which one it is. It sort of fits this one, it sort of fits that one. It doesn't matter, I just won't put a style name. And finally, I kind of like this. I do not do well with vests, but this is Patagonia, men's size medium. It's called the Guide Vest. And they don't sell this particular version anymore. I like the color of it. It's got the blue contrast zippers and the blue name on it. Inside is fleece. Like it's fleece on the back wall, and then mesh in the front, soft shell. I'm going to list this at $50, though it most likely will sell closer to, I don't know, $35. We'll see. Maybe I'll get lucky and sell it on a closet clear out day for $40. So that's it right now. I only saw one yard sale to stop at, and they had nothing. And there has just not really been any yard sales in this area. So I'm sure I'll be back. Well, it'll be soon for you because it'll be right away. But hopefully next weekend I can pick up a few things. All right, I did the 20-minute thrift store challenge today. Only it was more like a 30-minute thrift store challenge where I'm on my way to work and I'm supposed to be working and I'm on the clock, but I stop at a thrift store. This is not a great thrift store, but I literally have no death pile. I have like 3 items left in my draft folder. I've only been listing 1 item a day because I don't have enough stuff. I can't say it's hurt my sales though, because I'm doing really well this month. But anyway, so I stopped there for about a half hour, and I don't go through the whole store. And normally I don't even look at the shoes there because they're so terrible. But it turned out that I left with 2 pair of shoes. There was actually a pair of Viore shoes, which I didn't even know they made shoes, but apparently these are a collab with somebody, Clea, something like that. But they were pink tagged. So it was 50% off day, but pinks don't get 50% off. So they were $25. And I still, just out of curiosity, might have looked at comps just in case, but they were size 5.5. So no, thank you. And anyway, then later on, just out of curiosity, I did look up comps, and they're not very good. So even at half price, they wouldn't have been a good purchase. So what did I get? Both of these might be borderline, and I try not to lower my standards just because my death pile is so small, but these were kind of on the cusp, if you will. Definitely wouldn't have paid full price for it. This first one is a pair of Hoka's. These are the Clifton. I'm going to clean them up. The dirt makes them look like they're not in good condition. I don't know if I can throw these in the washing machine. I might just sponge bath them, but the inside is very clean. So that kind of sold me on it. And they don't have, one of the issues I think that happens with the Hokas a lot, and I've gotten Hokas that have that, is they tend to wear out very quickly here from people sliding into it. And these are perfect, perfect. And I believe they're a size 9. And I think these are a women's because it says W Clifton 4. So I might have tried them on, except I'm wearing high tops, and that's just far too much work when I don't have a lot of time. So if I clean these up before I release this, which I probably will because I don't know when I'm releasing this, I'll show a picture of how it comes out. And they were $12.99. Too much. Though this store, I'm surprised they weren't pink and much higher. At half price, like I said, it was borderline, but I needed inventory, and so then this is a pair of, and these were pretty good price. These are Doc Martens. Look how clean these are. These are in incredible condition, and they were $7.99, so I got them for $4. Now, I have sold this style before in black. I can't remember if they were canvas or leather. They may have been leather, but they were like this type of straight sole. And they, you know, they don't sell for a ton, but for that price, and with me being in kind of dire straits, I did pick these up. Also, I think these are a women's 9. And I don't know how Docs run. I was thinking they might fit me, but they're a 41, and normally I take a 39. So, I don't know. These are just women's, though, because the little box for the men's has nothing in it. I thought they were pretty nice. We'll see what happens. And now at least I have 2 things I can take pictures of and list. Hopefully I'll be back with some fun things. Maybe there'll be some yard sales I can hit this weekend. Oh, I sure hope so. Well, it is Saturday, and we are going to close out this video with some things I picked up this morning at yard sales. I'm considering this segment to be a cautionary tale, at least for some people. And here's why. Everybody has their own strategy. Everybody's in a different place, you know, in their own place anyway, as far as being a reseller. Some are just throwing a few items they don't want anymore on and leave it and forget it, all the way up to full-time resellers who practically make a living at it. And everybody has their opinion about death piles. And some people call it money pile. Some people call it death pile. Some people call it a pile of crap I'm never going to get around to listing. I like to have a healthy death pile, which is kind of an oxymoron. And here's why. I have a full-time job. Now, some people think, you know, if you have too much in a death pile, you know, if it's not listed, it can't make you money. True. But we all agree that listing regularly is important to appease the algorithm gods. So I normally list 2 items a day. At this point, I have like 0 left. So I went down to listing 1 item a day, and I had never had that happen. But like I said, I have a full-time job, so I can't go, okay, I just listed my last item. I'm going to go out and get more stuff. It may not be yard sale season. The bins are not near me, so I can't just pop over for a couple of hours. Regular thrift stores are expensive. So I even if they're, you know, if I go, it's usually because there's some sort of deal. And even then I might not find anything. And if I do, it's not a lot. So I am uncomfortable when I don't have a death pile. And as you'll see, it makes me make questionable decisions. I'm not even sure these are questionable decisions. I think I shouldn't have bought any of these probably. You'll probably think that. But not having a death pile has done it. And I don't need a lot right now because I do have some sourcing things coming up. Yard sale season is coming up. I'm going to be closing my closet for a week because I'm going out of town. So I won't be listing at all during that period. I just wanted a few items to tide me over. And I was out early for an appointment, saw yard sale signs. So of course I stopped. Let's see what I got. You'll see what I mean. Okay, this item I didn't comp because I decided I really liked it and I would just keep it if it doesn't sell. It's a Disney hat. It says Minnie's Surf Hula. And I just, you know, I like this kind of hat. And it's easy to pack as opposed to, you know, the big straw hats. But look, it's reversible and the inside pattern is so fun. I'm assuming that you're supposed to cut this off because if you do reverse it, nobody wants that tag to show. But look how cute that is. So I figured if it's not worth selling or if it doesn't sell, I will keep this one because I think it's adorable. Here's one I know I'm not going to make a lot of money on, but I think it'll sell and I'll make some money on it because it is Carhartt. It's a hoodie size extra large, navy blue, good size. And it says Carhartt on the sleeve. I figure I could probably sell this for, you know, maybe 25. So it's not the profit margin I'm looking for normally, but I do like having Carhartt and, you know, how many times do I have to tell you? I have no death pile. Okay, this one. I like this. I just thought it was cute, so it made me look up comps. It was at a yard sale. It's a cute navy blue quilted jacket. I suppose you could call it, you know, almost a puffer jacket, but I think it looks more quilted. I think the ribbed knit is sporty, and it's J. Lindbergh. So I thought, J. Lindbergh, I feel like I've heard that. It sounds very, you know, Nordic. Let's look it up. And it's crazy when you see things like this, where all the comps of the listed items are over 100, but none of the sold comps are over 100. I mean, I didn't scroll and scroll and scroll, but that was the thing that I saw. It's a size small, and because it's cute, I still think, and it, you know, it was a yard sale price. So I decided to give it a try. I've never sold this brand. I'm not going to keep repeating myself. I don't have anything else to list. I think I have 2 items left in my draft folder. Okay, then these next 4 items, number 1 in the reason why I should not have taken it. I have mentioned this. I mentioned this in the previous segment. I'm trying not to buy small sizes. If I find things cheap enough, maybe I'll try it, even though I know it's going to sit. And here I am with 4 pairs of, well, 3 boots and a pair of sandals, and they're all size 6. They're so small. But between not having a death pile and not knowing where my next shoe sourcing will come from, because the bins can't be trusted to have shoes, I lost my mind. These are super cute, and they are, I was surprised to, let me see if you can see it. Can you see? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. They're made in Brazil. Anyway, they are Tory Burch. Come on. There we go. Tory Burch. And they appear to be in very good condition, except I don't think this is supposed to be, like, this little piece is pulled out. I'm going to fix that. That is such an easy fix. This is almost like, it feels like boiled wool. And the same thing here. But you don't, these aren't buttons. So there's no reason why I can't just tack it down, because you use the side zippers. So cute. Even without a death pile, at this size, I still probably would have picked these up because Tory Burch, and they were yard sale prices. Okay, next, these are UGG boots. They are suede with a nice stacked heel. It's a narrower, so I wouldn't call this a block heel, because it's kind of like half of a block, but it's a stacked heel. It's got part of a zipper there. I mean, this is something I would totally pick up without thinking about it. You know, I forgot to look and see if the hologram is there, because I like to have a hologram. I don't see it on this one. Maybe it's on the other one. Well, this one's a 6.5, so that's a little better. In very good condition. Let's see if the other one has the hologram. No, not all of them have, oops, not all of them have a hologram, but, and not having a hologram isn't necessarily proof that it's fake, but it does make me feel a little bit better. No hologram, but this one seems to be missing a tag. Anyway, 6.5. They have this nice sort of pop of color there. Obviously, these all belong to the same person with their stupid little feet. Let's see if this is a 6.5. This is also a 6.5. These are leather. Very similar to the others, except leather and no Sherpa-y or actually, UGG normally uses shearling, not Sherpa, which is, Sherpa is fake shearling, but that's for their like normal, you know, suede boots that we're all used to. The leather feels terrific. This is good leather. I like good leather. And finally, I'm going to probably list all of these on the lower end because they are small and I would really like to just not have things sitting, move them out. These are, I've never picked up this brand before, C by Chloe. Also very clean, not heavily worn, but not heavily worn. And I was like, are these real? I did find this exact style listed. They don't sell for high. I might list them at 30, 35. I haven't decided. This isn't a style that particularly does well for me. So I think if I had been in my right mind with a, you know, with the cushion or the safety net of a nice death pile at home, I probably wouldn't have picked these up. But it is a new brand to my closet, and I like that. So that is it. I am very hopeful that I'll have some good hauls coming up. I will do some sourcing when I'm out of town. Not a ton. It's not a place where I find a ton of things, but I can get lucky and find one or two good things there. Yard sale season should already be starting up, so I don't know what's going on with that. And and a bag sale coming up that I did really well with last year. They, of course, have raised the price of the bag, and they've added other items that aren't included in the bag sale, but I'm still optimistic on that one and looking forward to it. So I hope to see you soon with some non-cautionary hauls. All right? I will see you on the next one.